Hello, friends. It's the middle of summer and we can't forget potato salad. And today we're going to make a classic potato salad that will be great for everyday meals as a side dish and also great for those summer picnics that we still are going to have. So we're going to get as much mileage out of summer as we can. So I'm starting with a couple of pounds of yellow potatoes. Those are great, nice and soft, and they don't take very long to cook up. And you can keep them with the skins on, or you can peel them. And today I'm going to peel them because I am bringing these to a summer picnic. And so I'm just going to go ahead and start peeling them. Now, if I had these soaking in a vinegar water bath, if I was going to keep the skins on, I would scrub these. But today I'm not going to. And you can also, what I've done too plenty of times is I've kept like half of the batch with skin and the peels on. So it's really just your preference. I do like the peel on there. I think it gives a lot of flavor, but today I don't have time for that. So let's peel away. So how I like to ask you a question. Have you already had some summer picnics already? We have, and we're going to one tomorrow. So that's why I'm making this today, because it always tastes better, I think, the next day when you let some of those flavors soak in. Sometimes if you make it the day before, little just before you're ready to serve it, sometimes you have to add a little bit of more mayonnaise to make sure it's not dry. But in this recipe, I'm using yellow potatoes. I'm using a red onion. I'm using salt and pepper, celery salt, a little celery seed, a little ground mustard, a little bit of mustard, and I use some eggs. I like a egg based potato salad for my classic potato salad. I just think it adds a pretty color and delicious flavor. So let's go ahead and peel these. Down to our last potato to peel. Yeah. Then I'm gonna go ahead and give these a rinse off because after handling them, and they're they're in pretty good shape. Sometimes you don't clean the peels that great, you'll have a little bit of dirt on there. But I did soak them for a while, so they're pretty good. Just making sure I get all the little. Yeah, let's give them a rinse. All right, now they're ready to cut up. Just keep that bowl in there so I don't get water all over my counter. All right, now we've got those rinsed off. Let's chop them up. We're gonna get that going because that takes the longest part, and it really doesn't take that long for these to cook up. And I'm gonna do them in a good size, bite-sized chunks because we don't want them to get mushy. Kind of see like that. Maybe a little bigger than bite size. But the trick about potato salad is you don't want your potatoes to get mushy. Let's get a bunch of them. And I've got I think I got 2 quarts of water. We'll do it probably like 3 quarts water to Make sure they're nice and covered. We'll add a little salt to that water. These smaller ones, doesn't take much to cut those up. Trick is you want to try to get them around the same size. Doesn't have to be a perfect science, but they'll cook more evenly. Because if you do it all different sizes, then the small ones will be mush and the big ones won't be cooked. So we'll finish cutting those up. So I chose a red onion because I think it gives it a nice flavor, and also it's kind of colorful in the salad. But you can use your favorite. You can use a yellow onion. You can use a sweet onion if you want. There's no rule. There's not a potato salad police out there. So now let me get this little paring knife. Get the peel off. I'm going to start off with chopping 1/2. Because I'm debating if I'm going to go out to the store and get another couple pounds of potatoes. I have 2 pounds here. But I don't want to say Italian side. I grew up in an Italian town. But so I always feel like there's not enough food. I grew up in East Haven, Connecticut. Shout out to Eastie Yellow Jackets. But anyway, you know, we make a lot of food there. And piece of hair, we don't want that. So I always inclined to think, oh, we don't have enough food. And then we have plenty. I'm giving that a good chop. I'm not totally pulverizing it, but it just makes it so not everybody is biting into a big piece of onion, but you definitely know it's there. Yeah, I think this is enough onion. Definitely for if I just make this one batch. If I make another batch, I might have to cut that up. So let's put those in a little side dish. I put my timer on for about 11 minutes on the stove just to keep an eye on the potatoes. It's a good idea to put the timer on if you're going to be moving around the kitchen or running into another room, because you don't want to make your potatoes mushy. Because you don't want mashed potatoes, and you don't want potato soup, because that's what you might have to do if you get them to, yeah, plenty of onion, right? Let's put that aside. I don't think I need that for anything else. No, this is a very simplistic recipe. Basic, but you gotta have it for summer, right? Can't be summer without potato salad. At least here in the good old USA, we are fond of our potato salad. Now, here's the big question. I'm rinsing off this dish on my mini chopper. Get that onion smell out. Are you a mayo or are you a Miracle Whip, pack it up, salad dressing person? Mayo or salad dressing? Me, I'm a pure mayo gal, and if you're a mayo person, you know you've gone to those summer picnics and you see this incredibly delicious looking potato salad and you're like, I'm going to get me some of that. And you take a bite in there and it's like Oh, this is sweet. I don't like it. So yeah, we've all been there. Part of the summertime experience, right? But some people, they gotta have that sweet salad dressing, and they don't like it any other way. So I know that to be true. So we're waiting on this. We'll come back. So I've had the baked potatoes cooking for about 12 minutes, and I just want to check them, see if they're fork tender. They're getting there. They're almost there. So I put it on for another 4 minutes, but I'm going to keep a close eye on it. And we're getting a little bit of a rolling boil there. All right, let's test it with our knife or fork. Not quite there. It's really close. All right, we're going to be carefully drain them. I already removed the eggs. I moved those out about 3 minutes ago. All right, we're going to let those drain for a couple of minutes, and then we're going to, while it's still warm and actually even hot, we're going to add a little bit of vinegar to that. I'm going to use a little bit of apple cider vinegar. All right, we're going to take our apple cider vinegar. Oh, let me adjust my camera a little bit because my head is chopped off, but we want to see the potatoes. So let's get a tablespoon. And we're going to put just a couple of tablespoons, and you can use white distilled vinegar. That's what my mom always used, pretty much, I think. But I'm going to use just a couple of tablespoons, and I'm drizzling that over. That just gives a nice little flavor and tang to your potatoes. And it really works best when you do it when it's warm or hot. So we're going to be very gentle and just kind of gently move these around so they can cool off a little bit. You don't want to play with those potatoes too much, especially if you and I probably overcook these by a minute and a half, 2 minutes. And you're like, does that really make a difference? It does, because they are crumbling a little. So I'm not going to play with it a whole lot. So we have to let the potatoes cool down before we add our mayonnaise and egg mixture. So when I took the eggs out, I put them in some cold water to stop cooking. And if you don't feel easy, or if you're nervous about cooking them with the potatoes, because it is a little bit different on how you cook the eggs, because they're in a pot of potatoes. When you're boiling eggs on the stove, it's a little quicker because you don't have other ingredients. So you can most certainly boil your eggs in a separate pan. If you want to get that perfect egg, it's nice when you can cook them perfectly and they don't have the green on the yolk, and these look really good so far. So we're just going to go ahead and peel those. And we can kind of get this mixture made together, and then when the potatoes are cooled down enough, we can add that mixture dressing to the potatoes. And like I said, we'll let them cool. We'll let that sit in the refrigerator overnight, and we'll check out to see if it needs more mayonnaise. Now I'm gonna just get the egg yolks out and make sure I don't have any little lingering shells. And I'm gonna put those in a little dish because we're gonna use that in our mayonnaise mixture. Let's put the whites in a separate bowl. So this, like I said, this makes a good flavor for your classic potato salad, and it gives it a pretty color. Look how pretty those turned out. They turned out great. So let's see if I can get a little closer there. Yeah. It's like I have the hood. I don't have enough counter space, and I don't want you to just see my hood of my. There we go. Yeah, these eggs turned out perfectly. I don't have any green sulfur that on the end of the. And we're going to chop up these eggs. I should have kept two of my best because this still had a little. But sometimes we can put them slice them up and they look pretty on the top, and that's what maybe we'll do. I might do a couple extra. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do a couple extra for just for that. I knew when I was a kid growing up and we'd go to the summer picnics, a lot of the ladies would have the eggs sliced up and put on top of the potato salad with some paprika. It looks so pretty. Fun memories, summer picnics. Yeah, they pretty much cut them lengthwise, and well, you know what? I need to back up a little bit. There we go. That cutting board's not in there, but yeah, they would cut it in a slice, kind of like that, and then you'd put it in a pretty decoration on your potato salad. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes not. And you can just chop up this and put this right in your potato salad, these eggs. And you could put as much as you want if you like it really eggy. I think it gives it a rich flavor, or you just want a little bit, add a little color, a little flavor. I'm gonna wash my hands. That'll work fine. So I'm just gonna, you know what, that bowl's not quite big enough to crumble it in. I wanted you to see it, so I used a clear bowl, but so I'm just taking the back of my fork and crumbling that up. You want that in a fine crumble so that when you add it to your mayo, you don't have lumps of it. Kind of defeats the purpose of evenly flavoring your dressing. So it kind of looks crumbly like sand. Let's see, I can put it back in here now that I've crumbled it. So you can get a look. Yeah, so see, it looks kind of like sand there. All right, let's put that aside. Let's get our. I think we're gonna need a good cup and a half of mayonnaise, maybe 2. Oh, I wanted to get a larger glass bowl so you can see what's going on. Oh, where did I put it? On the table? Yep. So yeah, I'm gonna use this glass bowl. But I got this big, serious jug of mayo. It was a great size. Usually I don't buy some this big. But I had a few salads I was making this summer, so I meant to give some of this to my daughter because I'm like, definitely not going to use all this mayonnaise. So we had my daughter got married, if you saw earlier this summer, so we made some food for her wedding. So there's a lot of mayonnaise. So that's about a cup and a half. Doesn't have to be down to a perfect science for that. Well, let's start there. Let's see how, if we need more. And different spatula. And if I wasn't doing this for the camera, I probably would just put some in there and eyeball it so I don't have to. But I already had this, was dirty, so from, oh, I just had water in it. All right, so we got that in there. Let's go ahead and add our pretty yellow egg yolks. Give that a stir. And you're going to see how it turns the color. Not a whole lot, but it did turn the color a little bit. And we're going to add some ground mustard in there too to give it. I should have showed you them, but you know what mayonnaise looks like, so. All right, so let's put a little bit of ground mustard in there. Let's use 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah. 3/4 of a teaspoon. Let's put a little celery seed. Oh, I need a bigger teaspoon or spoon. All right, we're going to put a little bit of celery salt. Let's do that first. Start out with a small amount. Let's start out with 1/4 of a teaspoon. Because we did salt the potatoes, but I think we still need a little bit of more salt. I'm going to put about 1/2 teaspoon more, because you can always add more. And let's see, I put, oh, I don't need that. I don't need some barbecue spice. That's a different recipe. All right, let's put, oh, where did I put the celery? You know what? I thought that was celery seed. I'll have to see where I put that. That was not my celery seed. All right, we're going to put some celery. Oh, right in front of me. Behind the bowl. Celery seed, because I need to wear my glasses. Let's put 1/2 teaspoon of that in. And put a little bit of black pepper. Anywhere from like 1/2, 3/4 teaspoon. And let's give that a mix up. Oh, we got to put a little bit of yellow mustard in there too. That's going to give it a little color too. Let's see, do I have this one open already? Yes, I do. I give it a good shake. You know, when you squeeze it and it has all the water when you don't. All right, let's put about 1 teaspoon. Now, some people put relish. You could put relish in there. I'm not a big fan of relish in my potato salad because, you know, there's some you get at the store. They're like heavily in, they put a large amount of relish in there. I don't care for that. I think I like my potato salad a little more savory because that's what I grew up with. All right, so that looks nice and creamy. Let's go ahead and put our celery in there. Let's put our onion in there. I gotta get a big glass bowl like this one so that when I make dishes, you can see through it because all I have is like colored glass or plastic and you can't see inside, but you can kind of see this. And I'm going to show you a close up, but let's give it a little taste. This will work. Give it a little taste, see if we need anything. That is good. Oh my gosh, that's good. I don't think it needs anything. We're gonna cut up the eggs and put that in there, and then just waiting for those potatoes to cool. Busy day, so yeah, let's go ahead. Probably got like a half a cup. I feel like it needs a little more. All right, maybe I won't get one. Well, there's one little piece that's broke. Maybe I'll have that one. The cook's got a test. Get a little taste test. Really, that filling is a lot like for egg salad, right? And this is kind of like an eggy salad type of potato salad. Ah, that looks so pretty. You gotta find the right bowl to put it in, right? To make it look prettier. All right, let's check the potatoes. The potatoes have cooled down enough for us to put our dressing in. Let's see, is this going to be big enough to stir? I'm going to put it in this because this is store well in the fridge. And then I'll transfer it into a pretty bowl before we go to our picnic tomorrow. And that way you can kind of see me stirring that in. This bowl here, this glass bowl, that's not going to be big enough for... And I know at first when you look at this, you're like, oh, that's a lot of dressing. But it is going to soak in. So, in the long run, and I'm going to be very careful. Mix that through. Ah, it smells so good already. I'm trying to be careful with it, not to make it mush. It's holding up pretty good, but you still don't want to go in there with guns ablazing because you don't want to mash up your potatoes. Just want to mix it enough so it's all incorporated. You don't have any pockets of where a potato is not covered. Yeah, that looks pretty good. All right, and I'm gonna have a little taste myself. And I might actually put, oh, I thought about putting a little dill in there, just have a little left. I'm gonna put that in there. I'm gonna chop that up. Oh, I already washed my hands. Let's go back here. And so it needs a little green. And I'm gonna go run and get some parsley, I think. We'll see how the day goes. This might be the only green. I don't have much time. Probably like a teaspoon of dill. Stir that again. Incorporate that. I should have thought of that before. I did have it out, but I just didn't remember until I saw it on the counter. It's all right if your potatoes are slightly warm, and I mean slightly, so. Messy hand. Let's give it a taste test. We gotta clean the sides before we put that lid on. And that's gonna look pretty if I go ahead and put a little bit of sliced egg on there and some paprika. And we'll do that tomorrow, but let's have a taste of it. Let's put it in a separate bowl. It'll taste good today, but it'll be great tomorrow. Let's give it a taste. That's good. Okay, it is summertime. Something so simple. Classic potato salad. Pretty simple recipe, and everyone will enjoy it. Let's check back tomorrow, see if I put those eggs and the paprika on top, just to give it a little bit of.
Like this is mac and cheese. Do you want some? You have a slight disadvantage not being able to see over the hedge. What is that? All right. So we need a spoon for that. Potato salad. I know. I need one
So as you can see, I didn't put eggs on the top of the potato salad, but it was delicious without it. And I think you can tell with all the food there, no one even noticed. We had a great time having fun and fellowship together and enjoying the nature in the Pacific Northwest. And I hope you enjoyed watching today. Have a great week. Thanks for watching.